Excuse me, aren't you George,
Yeah, that's me. And you're Greg. Oh, long time no see, as we used to say in Japan. Here, give us your hand.
George, how long's it been?
Oh, a lot of water under the bridge at Seoul since we last saw each other.
Say that again. I was just thinking the other day about the lot of us who joined up that day at Cure. The day they asked for volunteers from the 3rd Battalion.
And every man Jack stepped forward. Oh, here, we can't talk here in the street. Here's one, across here. 2, thanks. Well, just fancy running into you in this town.
Yes. I was thinking about the old mob just the other day. We seemed to get broken up after Kapyong.
Did we ever? Lucky to get out of that one. Yeah, sticky I'll do that one at Kapyong. Well, you got out. I copped one on the hip. It's okay now. Jono was okay. Say, what happened to Slim Madden?
Slim Madden? Why, Slim bought it. Got a decoration, huh?
Hell, Slim bought it, eh? Decorated, eh? I'll bet he earned it. I'll bet he went down fighting.
He did, but not with a rifle.
What do you mean, not with a rifle?
What I said, not with a rifle. They decorated Slim after he died. They gave him the George Cross.
Oh, the George Cross. It's another version of the Victoria Cross. Only you don't get it in...
That's right. You don't win it in battle. Slim didn't win it in battle. He won it fighting a different way.
Citation. Presenting authentic stories of heroism and gallantry taken from the histories of war. The story of Private Horace William Madden of the 3rd Battalion Royal Australian Regiment, who died as a prisoner in Korea. Private Madden's George Cross was the highest decoration awarded to an Australian soldier serving in the Korean War. Horace William Madden had served in New Guinea during World War II. After the surrender, he went to Japan with the British Commonwealth Occupation Forces. When the Korean War broke out, he enlisted in the Korea Force. For the next 6 months, he played his part in the savage fighting as a signaller. And then, on the eve of Anzac Day in April 1951, he was with his 3rd Battalion when the Chinese and North Korean communists opened a massive offensive. It was a battle remembered for its ferocity in those steep and stony crags just south of the 38th parallel. And while it was fought, the fate of Korea was in the balance.
The South Korean division's broken. Listen to those cymbals. There are Chinese combos coming.
Yeah, Slim, there's the line open from the company division.
It's open, but I don't know for how long. Listen. They're starting to concentrate on us at battalion headquarters. You can imagine how the rifle companies are holding.
What about the Gloucesters?
Overrun.
Listen to them out there. Must be millions of them. This is the Yellow Horde I've always heard about.
Colonel Ferguson has asked for a company of reinforcements from the Middlesex Regiment.
Things must be crook.
Not only in Tullarook. Down! Get down, down! That was the last I remember. The shell bursting near us.
We were lucky. Except Slim. Did you hear the details of what happened, Greg?
Not really. Apparently Slim got trapped there in the fighting. Got caught with a lot of other blokes. She was a real schmozzle there at that stage.
Was she ever?
Anyway, the commos got him. They took him north.
The frustrated communist soldiers took Private Horace Madden of the 3rd Battalion Royal Australian Regiment along the bomb-scarred road to the north. The citation for his George Cross tells something of that journey and the first days of his imprisonment. Private Madden, according to the citation, openly resisted all attempts to force him to collaborate with the enemy. Because of his resistance, his name and example were widely known throughout the prison camp. Testimonials have been provided by officers and men from many units of the Commonwealth and Allied forces, which show that the heroism he displayed was quite outstanding.
I did hear that the communists really roughed Slim up, George. They tried to break his spirit.
I'll bet they didn't.
No, they didn't. They belted him all over the place, starved him. But Slim kept smiling, kept telling the other prisoners that they'd be out of it in no time.
Yeah, sounds like our boy.
The commos cut his tucker off. Not altogether, but just enough to keep him breathing and nothing more. Well, not really enough to keep him alive. Just enough to let him weaken so that his spirit would break before he died. But Slim didn't break. The bits of tucker he had and other bits he managed to scrounge, he handed across to the sick man.
But there could only be one end to that.
Yeah. Slim knew that all right.
The citation continues. It would have been apparent to Private Madden that to pursue this course must eventually result in his death. This did not deter him. And for over 6 months, although becoming progressively weaker, he remained undaunted in his resistance. This gallant soldier's heroism was an inspiration to his fellow prisoners.
You all right, Slim?
Yeah, strong as a mountain bison. You okay, mate?
Oh, I'm cold, Slim.
Never mind. Home for Christmas. That's the message today.
Christmas back home. What did it be like, Slim?
Stinking hot. The sun burning right into your marrow. Smell of eucalyptus. Hot and dry. Roast chicken on the table. Plum pudding.
And right now it's 40 degrees below, and you're looking just like skin and bone.
Back home, they'd be paying money to get up and ski on snow like we've been having. They say it's fashionable to be slim these days.
Reckon we'll make it, Slim?
Sure. Listen. You hear that? They're ours. Our jet's up there, mate.
Pilots with full bellies. Warm, and a bed to go to.
They're fighting for us, mate. We've got to keep doing a bit of fighting for ourselves.
One of the fellas who was with him towards the end told me that he was as light as a feather when he saw him last. Just skin and a cage of ribs.
Yeah, where was that?
One of those commo camps towards the Yellow River. It was towards the end of 51.
6, 7 months, and they reduced Slim to that.
They decided to shift some of the prisoners to another camp. Slim was so weak he couldn't walk. The commos were suddenly big-hearted. They dumped Slim into a cart.
If he couldn't walk?
Yeah, big-hearted coots, those commos. They treated the sick blokes in the cart worse than the others. Left them out in the cart while they ate. Guards didn't mind. They were warm and well-fed. But the others, well, they didn't cop it so sweet.
How you holding, fella?
Where are we, Slim?
Out in the fresh air. By courtesy of the heroic Red Army.
Stopped snowing, Slim?
Sure. Stopped a while back.
It was warmer when it was snowing. No tucker yet?
No. But it won't be long.
Listen to the guards. Having fun there, eh, Slim?
Their turn will come. Hey, you across there, Joe? Joe! Joe!
Joe's had enough, Slim. He's backed it in.
Yeah. What a way to die. Frozen, hungry, lonely, in a yak cart in a mud hut village.
Do you think we'll last the trip, Slim?
Sure. Come across here and huddle up close to me. We'll be warmer that way.
Oh, yeah. You're a good mate, Slim.
Yeah, he was a good mate, Slim.
And he kept on being a good mate. That was his form. Gave his tucker away, kept the other bloke's spirits up, burnt himself right out.
Did he make the trip?
He had to. Fellas were dying in that cart. He had to keep them alive.
Not long now. The guards are coming back.
Full bellies. Kimchi. I'll eat anything when I get out of here.
That's better.
No, I meant if. Somehow you got me thinking I will get out one day.
We all will. We all will. If only we keep fighting. But we must keep fighting. The boys back down south, they got rifles and Brens and grenades. They're still belting into the commerce. Us, we got nothing to fight them with but our contempt. But we'll show them. We'll show Fatso, and the Tiger, and the Indoctrinator. We'll show this Red Star pack, and the moronic mugs that say we're beaten. We'll show them who's beaten. We'll show them who's beaten. And it isn't us. We'll show them we can fight. Right to the last breath.
Where did it happen, Greg?
In a Como hospital. What they called a hospital. He survived the journey. Kept blokes alive. Then the Reds put him in this shack and gave him a bit more tucker. But it was too late.
When, Greg?
November 6th, 1951. Date mean anything to you?
November 6th? Oh, yeah, we landed in Korea on November 5, 1950. Just 1 year after he landed, eh?
Yeah. Wonder whether he remembered.
Oh, I'd say so. I'd like him to know we're remembering, too.
He'd have been happy if he'd known about the George Cross.
He'd have been happy, too, if he'd known that the good old 3rd Battalion was recognised by the President of the United States with a presidential citation for its part in the Kapyongdu.
Knowing Slim, I'd reckon he was happy just knowing that he was still fighting on.
Citation. These stories are authentic. The program is produced at AWA by Donald Crosby for Army Public Relations.